It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. All that and more coming up next.
Now, from the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Cleveland, Ohio, EA Sports proud to welcome you to Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Cleveland. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, young man from the University of Colorado.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down and 3. Now, faking the give. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that. Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
It's caught. That's Deontay Johnson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, Cleveland.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They bring Judy in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now this time they'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That one, taken in. Deontay Johnson. Touchdown, Cleveland. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
McCarthy to the air on second down. Right back to Moore, another grab. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be second down. They'll put Addison in motion. Again, it's Jones. Jones, first down and more. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll go back to Jones on first down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
They run it once more with Jones. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. On the handoff, Jones. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Third down, 3 to go. They try and run for the first down with Jones. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. And he's in! Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Minnesota.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Riker. The kick is good. And the Vikings come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. DeAndre Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to possess the football for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a nice run. Get them about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. From out of the gun, he'll throw. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
On third down, we'll try to get it on the ground. And he's going to have enough for the first down. We'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Right back to him on first down. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Byron Murphy there on the stop. Third and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Catch made right side. It's Johnson.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down. Moore going in motion. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And some good blocking, springing him. A gain of 9 as we get to third down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
He'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Moore going in motion. They run straight ahead with Jones. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Sending a receiver right. Throwing on second down is McCarthy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to lead to a fourth down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one on target for Johnson. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Second down, zone read, and he keeps it. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. They get 24 on that one. It's a Browns first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll throw out of the gun. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space, and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. First and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. His throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. His kick is good. And the Browns will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. On the return is Rodgers. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Hawkinson. A big play for Minnesota. 32 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Moore going in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. Second and 7. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. His way across the field. That is caught by Addison. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. 3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
They'll run it here with Jones. And he will dive into the end zone. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Carter on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. This drive will start on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Going deep downfield for Judy. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
The defense is just going to have to find a way, Mike, frankly, to just make this more challenging. From the time the quarterback has in the pocket to the amount of separation the receiver has downfield. At this level, that is just too easy. They've got to tighten up both their coverage and find a way to get some pressure on the quarterback. Because if they don't do either, expect a lot more big chunk plays like we just saw there.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. A gain there of 13 yards.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Vikings offense and Aaron Jones set to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run. It's Jones. And that one's going to get shut down quickly. Tackle made at the 11-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the ground now with Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings 1st down as he'll get this up to the 20.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Jones. 17 yards, the gain there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And that is incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. Moore going in motion. Now Jones gets to the edge at the 30. And he's going to get all the way down to the Vikings' 13-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Jones. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. That one complete to Moore. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings move out in front. The new score, 17-14. Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Carter on the return. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play. That is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Josh Metellus there on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Myles Garrett able to bring him down. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the 1st down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J. A 1st down there. Gain of 14 yards.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
To throw is McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. That one on target to Moore. 15 yards through the air. 1st down, Minnesota.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
They face 2nd down and 7. They run it once more with Jones. And he will work his way to the 11-yard line. Good running and a 1st down. Here's Jones. And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that. Moore going in motion. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. good blocking, and he's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete. Deontay Johnson, the intended target there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Throwing now from the gun. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. They needed 16. That's exactly what they got. By a whisker. Enough for a 1st down.
More often than not, Mike, when a team decides to keep the ball on the ground on a 3rd and long like this, typically the next play is either a punt or a field goal. But give credit here to this play caller. He saw something in the defense, gives the ball to his back, and he's able to pick up big yardage and the 1st down.
That is hot. And he will go all the way. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Browns cut the lead to 3, 24-21. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Moore going in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we come upon halftime, and the visitors, the Vikings, on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. In that first half, it was the veteran Aaron Jones who had it going. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return is Rodgers. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he'll take this up to the 30. Pick up a 5.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, not only getting outside the pocket, buying more time for his receivers, but then finding a man open who's able to pick up enough to move the chains.
They'll run. This is Mason. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Running left, it's Jones. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. He looks forward for maybe a yard. That was Jordan Hicks who got him down. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. A nice nimble run as he manages to pick up 3. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Up the sideline. Past midfield. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
He'll look to throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Into space. Now it is 1st and goal. Back to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They bring Judy in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he's into the end zone. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Browns. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. It's up and through. And the Browns have taken a 4-point advantage. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And nothing on that one back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Again, it's Jones. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
Moore going in motion. To try and run for the first down with Jones. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And this is going to be a beauty. Touchdown at the 2-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Tillman, the man in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. A throw caught by Judy on the outside. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line.
That's over the middle and intercepted.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Off he goes. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the 1st down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J. 14 yards on the pickup there.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a 1st down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They run it once more with Jones. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. They'll try the left side with Jones. Not much happening there, just a short gain. A give now, it's Jones on the zone read. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed. So give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy. And this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings cut the deficit down to 1.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Carter on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Browns offense and their quarterback Set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll manage only a couple. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The Vikings offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Up the middle, here's Jones. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll put Addison in motion. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Browns offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. First and 10 now from the 36. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. A quick slant into the hands of Johnson. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Now on comes Dustin Hopkins in a pressure situation. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Joe. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. On the ground now with Jones. He's going to have a Vikings 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
This one is caught by Addison. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time, Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On second down, it's Jones. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On third down, here's Jones. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Looking deep here for Tillman. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball's over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
On second down, here's McCarthy. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. And he won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Going to lose a yard as he steps out of bounds.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
We're about ready now for the punt, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Downfield, got him, and he's got it. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Now, faking the give. And open downfield, it's Johnson. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. They look to run with Ford. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on 3rd down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Into space. He's inside the 40. Inside the 10. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Vikings. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick six changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And the Vikings go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down. They'll stay on the ground. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll stick with him again. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Ivan Pace.
This has been tough to watch, Mike, really for a lot of reasons. And when you talk to everybody around this building, they know the future of this organization rests on the shoulders of this young rookie quarterback. And there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be missed throws and misreads. But 4 interceptions into today's game, you find yourself trailing here. At some point, they got to ask themselves, is this rookie giving us the best chance to win now, or are we just all in for the future?
The drive begins with a carry by Jones. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. Inside the 40. And he will take this one in. 74 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They come up for 2nd and 2. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
This one caught by the back out of the backfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll look to throw again. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. Here's 1st down. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll go right back to Njoku. He's got it again. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game. Now, 2nd and inches. Back to the air one more time. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Here's third down and a few inches. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. First and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win for our visitors, the Vikings. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL